Hello everybody, welcome back to Cinema Savvy. It is myself, George, bringing a brand new review, and today I'm going to be reviewing Karate Kid Legends, which is now out in cinemas here in the UK and out in cinemas this Friday in America. Directed by Jonathan Entwistle in his directorial debut, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the film, having seen it today. I'm going to be talking some history with Karate Kid, Cobra Kai, so many other things we've covered on the channel in the past, so I'm kind of excited to talk about this one. It's a film that's gone under the radar to an extent. We've obviously been covering Mission Impossible, we've had so many shows, The Last of Us, Andor, Doctor Who's running. Karate Kid has sort of come out of nowhere, and I'm going to give my thoughts on that. It's going to be an interesting one to talk about, particularly as I talk about thoughts going into the film. But before I do give those away, everybody watching at home, if you want to find out what videos we're doing, because it's summer blockbuster season, it's getting really busy on the channel with so many great new viewers, subscribers. So thank you so much for that. The existing ones that have been around with for so many years, we also appreciate you as always. We want to hear from your thoughts on Karate Kid, so please do comment them below. We'll be replying to any comments that come through on this review. Whether you're a fan of the series, whether you're not, I don't know the reception this is going to get with people, whether it will be mixed, whether it won't be. But I'm just going to jump in immediately and say I absolutely loved this film, and I did not expect to love this film. And that sort of goes to my thoughts heading into this release, that the film is released today. I've gone and seen it after work. It's 94-minute runtime. It's a film that's, it's connecting the two Karate Kids together, bringing in LaRusso, bringing in, of course, Jackie Chan in this one too, and bringing new characters, new environment, a new story. And there's something to be skeptical about that, especially given that we've just had Cobra Kai for multiple seasons across multiple years, which has, rebirthed Karate Kid as a series. So there was concerns for me, being totally honest, heading into this film, that were they just cashing in on Cobra Kai's success? Was this just something soulless for them to quickly do to get people on board? I know that Sony obviously were involved with this. They weren't involved in Cobra Kai, vice versa. This was going to be set after Cobra Kai. Would Cobra Kai set this up? It didn't. So I was a bit of an ah. The trailers didn't do anything for me at all. The marketing felt non-existent, and understandably so, given it's just following Lilo and Stitch and Mission Impossible, one of the biggest weekends in cinema, following Oppenheimer and Barbie 2 years ago. So the placement of this film made me worried too. The press screening took place tonight, after I'd already sat down to watch it at my local cinema. That's also worrying. And obviously I wasn't going to go to London for a film that's come out the exact same day. So I was just sort of a bit worried. The review embargo was this afternoon as well, on release day. So there was things for me to be worried about heading into this. And this is a series I really enjoy. I saw the Jaden Smith one yesterday for the first time too, so I'll talk about that. But my thoughts on the Karate Kid films is, I very much enjoy I guess we call them the original trilogy now. I do not care for the next Karate Kid. I do not care for Jaden Smith Karate Kid, although it wasn't as bad as I thought, but it was 2 hours and 20 minutes long, which it absolutely does not need to be that long. No Karate Kid film needs to be 2 hours 20 minutes long. Thank you very much. So this one I was a bit nervous, but it's got Jackie Chan in, and it was going to pair these two, classic characters together under an umbrella that we know is going to link back to Mr. Miyagi at some point. So I was down with it to an extent, but I was nervous, and the film proved me wrong. And I'm going to give some thoughts on those. And I've got to say as well, being directed by Jonathan Entwistle, I've got here on the screen. I know he's a showrunner, he's been in multiple things, he directed TV. This is the first film he's directed. So even that's a little bit nervous to be bringing in as well. We're going to talk about Ben Wang as well, but I just, have to go in really praising this. I didn't expect to enjoy this. I didn't go in with negative connotations, but I just went in thinking, I've got low expectations, maybe surprised me, but I really enjoyed this film. And I think this might be not like a typical summer blockbuster, but this is going to be one of them films people say is under the radar, because I don't think many people are going to go out to see it. It's got a great young cast, it's got a lovely story, and more importantly, it follows the Karate Kid lineage correctly. Obviously, you can look at the 2010 film, the fact it was Kung Fu, it wasn't karate, but it was called Karate Kid. Yes, that is still abhorrent that was allowed to be a thing. And I like what this film does. It takes a student of Kung Fu, takes him out of his comfort zone, puts him in America, and he has to learn karate. It's almost the reverse of the original Karate Kid, and I really like this, that there is someone already incredibly talented on, coming in, and he's going to end up in this situation. He's going to have to go into this tournament to do so. But the meaning behind it isn't I'm here to get revenge, or I'm here to do this to prove myself. It's a story that intertwines with a much larger picture about family, about loss, with grief, what it is to lose people and what it is to gain families in the process. So there was a lot I really enjoyed of the story, and you have to look at the ensemble cast involved in this. And I haven't seen any of these in anything before, by the way. So I'm going to talk about Joshua Jackson playing the role of Victor and Sadie Stanley playing his daughter Mia. They are the heart of this film. And the reason it functions so well, obviously I've not been to New York, I know all the pizza jokes, everything, but the two people that run a pizza place together, a father and daughter, he's in debt with the wrong people and the loan sharks are after him. And in typical Karate Kid fashion, of course, all these very wealthy individuals, they love just getting involved with karate, a bit like Karate Kid 3. So there's a lot of the ridiculousness of the Karate Kid films to enjoy with this. But the whole film works because of Ben Wang in the role of Li Fong. I haven't seen him in anything. I know they use the term introducing Ben Wang, which I know some credits do. I've seen he's been in a few other things, like TV-wise. I don't know if this was filmed before then. He's going to be in The Hunger Games, which has now been confirmed. And I've got to say, his performance in this was remarkable. I wasn't sure what to expect. And I'm always very cautious with very young actors when they're playing school kids. It's not like I hone in on their performances too much. It's why I'm not doing a Harry Potter casting video, because I need to do a video about 3 10-year-olds being cast in a TV series. But it's something where I'm a bit more okay. If you can nail the drama side as well as the action side, I'm going to be with you. And sometimes with younger actors, you struggle to. I always use Terminator 2 as an example. Like, I've never really cared for the characters in that. But obviously the adults, so John Connor, obviously, I was meant to say. So this one was a lovely surprise, and I think he's amazing in this. He's got natural charisma. He's incredible doing his action sequences. He can carry the emotional weight that his character has that I didn't expect his character to have, paired up with the likes of Ming-Na Wen and his mother. Jackie Chan, who is just lovely in this. It's joyous to see Jackie Chan back on the big screen, really embracing the sensei role, I think done in a better way than Karate Kid. Again, this is a 90-minute film. That one's a 2-hour 20 film, and how do you bridge that gap? Do you put cameos in? I'm not here to do spoilers, but I like the fact this film introduces him in Beijing and his history with the other characters before moving over into New York. So it's got a great setup, and it's got a great premise for Mr. Han, played by Jackie Chan, to have more of that screen time. One thing I think people may be disappointed by is Ralph Macchio in this, who was not in this film a lot, and I'm okay to say that. I was very surprised. He comes into the film maybe just past the halfway point. With this being a 90-minute film, that's really not a lot of time. And I've kind of got to give the film credit for doing so as well, that it didn't just shoehorn him in for the sake of shoehorning him in. He doesn't have a full character arc because he doesn't need to. He is the original Karate Kid. We have seen him in Cobra Kai. This isn't him raising another dojo, another generation, because we've had that on TV for the last sort of 5-10 years. What this does instead is it puts him in this role of bridging the gap between Kung Fu and Karate, bringing this Miyagi-verse together to somewhat, not necessarily justify the Jaden Smith film, but it's nice to the overall picture that they were able to find a way for it to connect. But I think when you've got Jackie Chan available and willing to do it, you do whatever you can to get Jackie Chan in this type of role. And even with limited scenes with him doing any action, every time he comes up on screen, it's just delightful to see Jackie Chan on the big screen again. So I loved the cast with this. And I think that's what makes the film work. It isn't, the best thing I've ever seen. It's not the best choreographed action scenes I've ever seen. There's some distracting stuff where they've got like over-screen visuals. So it sometimes runs like a PlayStation game. It's a 94-minute runtime. And I will say the tournament goes very fast. But with it being a Karate Kid film, it's obviously predictable you're going to get to that point. And I would much rather have had time developing these characters, developing the story, creating stakes, creating emotions for you as a viewer, to then have that lifted at the end with a karate tournament. And I think this is where that film excels, where some of the others have failed to do so in this series. It has always been about the characters, not the karate. Yes, there's karate in it and we love the tournaments, but it's the characters that made it in the first place. And I think it's fair to say this came full circle with this one. So it's a bit of a different view for me on this one. As I said, I was very pleasantly surprised by it. I didn't expect it to be. Again, when I saw the shortened runtime, the lack of coverage, the lack of screenings, the late embargo date, they're normally warning signs. And maybe everyone's going to hate this, and I'm in a minority, but I had a lot of fun with this. I think it's one of the better Karate Kid films. I know there's only been 6 of them now, but this certainly stands up more so to the originals than I think 4 and 5 did. And with the Cobra Kai pairing, this works, that it doesn't expect you to know anything about Cobra Kai. You can never watch Cobra Kai, watch this film and enjoy it. You can watch Cobra Kai, enjoy the series, and you'll probably enjoy this film too. So a glowing review from me, surprisingly a glowing review from me. An absolute treat to see this on the big screen today, and I hope that people get the opportunity to do so. Now, will I recommend this one for people to watch? I actually would. I think you could watch this film without having seen any of the Karate Kid films in your life. You'd probably have a good time. It's 90 minutes. We want more 90-minute films. It's not trying to do too much or be too much. It nails what it needs to be, and the film gets so much more credit for that too. We're all sick and tired of bloated run times. Bring it back to its basics. Have your core story. Execute that story, and it did. And I'm a fan of that, and I'm excited to see what follows. Will there be more Karate Kid films? I do not know. I guess we can say we never know. But if there is, I will be seated. And that is my final thoughts on this film. So that is going to do it for this review today. A little bit different. We've got a few other things coming up. It's blockbuster season, as we've said. Ballerina's out next week. Tate's seen the finishing scheme. There should be room for that in the next couple of days as well. We've got Doctor Who Season 2 coming up. There are so many things happening on the channel. Do get us on our social medias to track what we're doing, what we're up to. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd and Blue Sky, all of which you can find at linktree.com/cinemasavvy. We are active on all of those, posting what we're doing, what we're up to. So that is that. Whatever things, there's lots happening, there's lots that have been. Check out the reviews on the channel. We've got Andor, we've got The Last of Us, we've got Mission Impossible stuff. There's so much going on. It's been a really busy time. I'm glad to have been able to have seen this at the cinema. So that's me rounding out. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.